Alright, y'all, so pretty much this is gonna be what if I felt making this thing so many times, bro. I just wanna finish it and make it right, bro. So yeah, I was gonna make what if Ash was a part of the dragon clan. What a dragon village. What if Ash was a part of the dragon village? Y'all, if y'all wondering why the time don't match up, I had to do a long pause in the video so I can do the graduation day. So pretty much this is gonna be a month before Ash gets his starter. So they're in the dragon village, and the dragon village is a part of the Kalos region. Well, it's not a part of the Kalos region. It's a part of it's gonna be a part of the Kalos region. And Ash's dad is gonna be the head of the dragon clan. Ash's mom is gonna be a member of the dragon clan. And the dragon village, same as Ash and his dad. Ash's dad has a all dragon lineup, a goat dragon lineup. His main dragon and his starter Pokemon was Haxorus, which was an Axew when he first got it. He caught along the way Garchomp, Dragonite, Dragalge, Druddigon, and Salamence. All overpowered and strong Pokemon. While his mom only has a very strong Goodra and a Mr. Mime. Ash's parent would say, Ash, you're almost there to becoming a... They would say you're almost there to becoming a great Pokemon trainer. And I would love it. I would hope that you would accept our gift. And then he would say, of course, Mom, I'll accept anything you and Dad give me. And then Ash's mom and Dad would hand him a Pokemon egg. They would say, we hope this egg helps you on your journey. Ash would say, Dad, what did it come from another Pokemon? He would say, no. It was foretold that every 100 years, a very strong Pokemon would lay its egg on top of Dragon Mountain that's in the Dragon Village. And the head of the clan at that time, Child, will take the Pokemon. And I'm the head of the clan, and you're my child. So you get this Pokemon. And Ash will say, what about Hi? Hi is Ash's twin brother. And it's not spelled H-Y, it's H-A-Y. And then he would say, I already tried to give it a Hi. He said that he hasn't even become an official trainer, so what's the point of having a Pokemon? And Ash would say, and they would say, take care of the egg now. Make sure it doesn't crack. Ash would say, sure, Mom and Dad. What the world? I did not mean to do this, y'all. We're on the wrong thing. I was looking up dragon types for the video, but Ash would then go to his brother Hi, and his brother Hi would go to the dragon ceremony, where a dragon type Pokemon picks its trainer. As we see, a boy named Sile would get his Pokemon first. It would be a Jangmo-O. This is the Alolan dragon type. It's a Alolan Pokemon, a dragon type, Jangmo-O. It's what is it called? Is it called yes, a totem Pokemon. Pre-evolution. And the Jangmo-O would go to Sile because it would see his intelligence and his battle prowess. high, Ash's brother would get an Axew. The Axew would see his determination. Well, not his determination, but it would see that people look down on Axew because it's smaller, and people look down on High because he's far behind. So they actually would go to High to see if they could grow and become powerful together. Feel me? Get better together. Gilbert would look at Ash, and it would go straight to Ash because it would see Ash's determination and strength. Sire would say, "Oh, a weak Gibble. There's nothing to worry about." Ash would say, "What?" High would say, "Don't talk about my brother's Pokemon like that." And then Sai would say, "My Jangmo could defeat both of you at the same time." Ash would say, well, you can try. We'll see." And then Ash would throw out his new Pokemon, Gibble, and his brother would throw out Axew. Ash would say, "We've did a lot of training together, and me and my brother are pretty much in sync." His brother Howard would say, "Axew, you jump behind it and use scratch." Ash would say, "Use a tackle." Then Sile would say, jump up, Jangmo, try and dodge." Ash would say, "Nope, not today." He would say, use your tackle to send Axew into the air. And Axew would use a scratch, dealing a critical hit on Sile's Jangmo. Sile would then say, "Use tackle, Jangmo." And his Jangmo would train way more than the rest of the Pokemon there. So Jangmo would be at about a level 10, while the rest of the Pokemon are only at level 5, like a regular starter. He would say, "Jangmo, use Bite," and it will use all of the power that it already has, and it will shoot. What we use all the attacks that it just got hit with, and it will send the power back at Gibble and Axew. Axew and Gibble will run up and use a scratch tackle combo to defeat Jangmo. Both of them leveling up to level 7. And then Saya would say, "You only beat me because you two working together. You could never beat me on your own." And then Ash and High would say, "Okay, that's what you say." And then Saya would say, "Yeah, we're gonna see when a Pokemon tournament comes up in a week." And then all of them would say, "Okay." And then he says, "I'm gonna go and train, and when I come back, you two are gonna stand no match against me." Let me pause the video real quick so I can do the stuff for the next scene on the app. Get that Pokemon ready for the next scene. Then pretty much once Ash and High's dad, Red is gonna be their dad in this. So he's gonna say, "I know you said you didn't want a Pokemon High, but my Dragalge, my female Dragalge laid an egg, and it's gonna become a Squirrel. So here you go. I gave Ash a Pokemon, so I will do you too." And then he would say, "Thanks, Dad. I just didn't want to get a Pokemon before I was ready." And then his dad would say, "That's very responsible of you, but still could have got it." And then High would say, "Of course." Now, they would have a month to train, and both of them will get their Pokemon level 15. Let me go change that on the app. So then they would come back to the village after training in the wilderness for a little while. They would have a week more to train, and they both would want training from their dad. Axel will learn directly from Haxorus, and Gibble will learn directly from Garchomp. Gibble will learn a new overpowered move, Draco Meteor. And Axel will be wanting to learn a new move so bad. And Ash's dad would say, do you think that Axel's ready? And Haxorus would say, Hax. And Haxorus Axel will learn counter. Jangmo-O would be Sao's Pokemon. It would be a level 15 as well. With Sao barely going to the north end of the village, not really finding any Pokemon at all to battle. So, once the tournament began, Ash and Gibble it would be a free-for-all 4-trainer battle. The other 3 trainers would all have a... Hold up 1 second, y'all. They will all have a common dragon type that's given away to, trainers that aren't really gonna just become, that aren't gonna become, just great Pokemon trainers. So they will all throw out their Pokemon. And they will all throw out a Bagon. Ash will say, oh, I'll probably have this in a bag. And then they would say, what do you mean? Our Bagon are way stronger than your weak Pokemon. And Ash would say, oh, is that right? And then they would say, of course. All our Pokemon are level 20s. While your Pokemon couldn't be nothing but a mere 15. We trained for 2 months. Ash says, wow, I only trained for 1. And then Ash would say, before you all can even use a move, I'll defeat you. They say, what? He says, start it off. Use Sand Attack and then Sandstorm. Gibble would start it up. They would slowly be losing health because of the constant attacks by Sand Attack. Okay, so y'all, I pretty much don't know where I left off, but I'm just gonna say that Ash saw all of their Bagon, and he set up his Sand Attack as usual in his Sandstorm. I had left, so that's why I don't know. I had to go and do something. And he set up his Sandstorm, Sand Attack combo. Then he shot up a Draco Meteor, defeating all 4 of the Bagons at once. After he defeated all the Bagon, his Gibble will start to glow. And it will become a good bite. And Ash will say, I'm glad you evolved. It's great that you evolved, Goodbye. And then Goodbye will say, goodbye. And then his brother Hai would come over and congratulate him. And Sayo would say, you're weak. That was pure luck. And then Ash would say, no, it isn't, bro. I work on that move. I work on that combo move every day. Like, why can't you just give someone credit when it's due? You're always acting mean and not fair. But you know what? I'm going to show you. I'm going to become way stronger than you, and you won't even be able to touch my Pokemon. Saya says, oh, yeah, sure. I bet you are. Ash's brother will get ready to fight. And all of the people who will be fighting will either have a Noibat or a 1 second. And two of them will have Noibats, and one of them will have a Dino. Ash will say, dang, that you have to fight 3 different types of Pokemon, well, 2 different types of Pokemon. And then Hai will say, it's no big deal. With my Pokemon's new move I learned from that, there'll be a breeze, Ash. And then the person who's affiliating the battle would say, go. The trainer who has the only Dino would say, use Crunch. And then Hai would say, actually, use Counter. And then it Counter would knock the Dino back, doing a lot of damage. All the 2 Noibat users would say, one of them would say, use Wing Attack, and the other would say, use Air Cutter. He would say, and then Hai would say, counter the Wing Attack with Dual Chop and dodge the Air Cutter. He would dodge, and then he would dodge it. Then he would say, use Assurance on Dino, knocking Dino out. The 2 Noibats would both come in for a bite, and then he would say, use Counter, and he would knock both of the Noibats out, completely collapsing them. Actually would then get enough XP to learn a Dragon Claw. And then now it will be Sile's turn. He will be going up against somebody with a very strong dragon type. And he will be going up against someone who has a Turtonator. The person would say, they made us have a one-on-one fight because they knew you couldn't keep up. And then the Pokemon, and then the Saya would say, are you sure your Turtonator's that strong? And then he would say, of course my Turtonator's that strong. What do you think? And then he would say, well, my Jangmo thinks otherwise. And then he would say, Turtonator, use Flamethrower. And then Sai would say, Jangmo dodge, then use Dragon Tail. It would hit Turtonator dead in the stomach with a critical hit. Dragon Tail. And he would say, Turtonator, use Iron Defense. While Sai would say, use Bide. Turtonator would hit Saya with 3 more flamethrowers, and Saya would say, release the Bide Blast, and a Bide attack would hit Turtonator head on with a critical hit, knocking it out. Saya's Pokemon would then gain a lot more XP. And then now it will be a 3-on-3 battle. Well, it will be a one-on-one battle. It will be Sile versus Ash versus High. Ash would say, we don't have to double team you because we're pretty comfortable about being strong enough to defeat you, Sai. And then Sai would say, are you sure? Because I don't think that you two could even last a second against me. And then he would say, are you too sure about that? And then they would say, of course. And then Sile would say, you haven't seen all of my moves, but I've seen all of yours. And then they would say, well, it doesn't matter. And then Ash would say, set it up. Set up Sand Tomb and Sandstorm. And then Ash would say, you still haven't seen my last move. And he would say, you haven't seen my Axew's last move either. So I would say, oh, it doesn't matter. He would then say, and then Saya would then say, come, Jang Mo-Oh, use Bide. And Ash would have just finished saying, use Draco Meteor. And then Ash would say, if these Draco Meteors connect, if not enough Draco Meteors connect, Jang Mo will have the power to eliminate one of us. And then Hai would say, yeah, but that's not going to happen. And then Ash said, why? Jang Mo releases Bide stream, but Ash would run right in front of it. And then it would say, counter! Knocking High Axew out with Sayo barely being able to hold on. He would say, Nagabite, use your final move. Take down! And then he would defeat Jangmo with Ash winning. With Ash winning the tournament. His dad would say, Ash, you have one wish you can ask that we will have to grant. Ash would say, I want me and my brother's Pokemon to hatch. And then his dad would say, I don't think we can do that. And then Ash would say, oh, well, I don't really have any wish. And then everyone would say, well, okay, that ends the tournament. Side would say, if I could use that wish, I'll ask me another Pokemon. And then Ash would say, I don't need that Pokemon. I don't need a new Pokemon. I like my Pokemon as they are. So I was trying to edit their Pokemons like moves and stuff, and we're gonna say before they leave the village, Ash and how train their Pokemon, and they both get their Pokemon level 35. Saya would be training with the second in command of the Dragon Village, the dude who's right under Ash's and High's dad, and he will get level 35, evolving his Hakamo or his Jangmo to Hakamo. High and Ash will be battling one day, and How would distract Ash with telling him to look somewhere. Ash would look, and then he would defeat Gabite, evolving his Axew into a Fracture. When his fracture evolved, both of the eggs would start to glow. And the Pokemon inside the eggs would hatch. Ash would see a Tyrant jump from his backpack where the egg was, and Hal would see a Scrub jump from his backpack. And then pretty much they will chase out their Pokemon. Ash's dad would go with Hal, and Ash's mom would follow him. Ash's dad would send out the Dragalge, the mom of the Scrub Hal has. The mother of Dragalge would calm the Scrub down, allowing Hal to catch it. Ash's mom would use a combination of Reflect and a combination of Aqua Tails and Reflects to herd, like, you know how like dogs herd sheep into like a pen. Their mom will herd the Tyrant into their backyard, where the father's Dredigan would reconcile with the little scared Tyrant. Ash and Hal would say, and then Ash would catch and then Ash would say, Tyrant, do you want to join my team? And the Tyrant's nose would click onto the Pokeball. And then the Tyrant would hit his nose on a Pokeball, being captured by Ash. Ash would say, Dad, I'm about to go to the Dragon Caves to learn from the Elder Dragon types. His dad would say, sure. The Elder Dragon types are Dragon type Pokemon that haven't been caught and are sacred Pokemon for the village. And then Hal would say, I kind of want my Scrub to learn from your Dragalge, Dad. And his dad would say, okay, great. So then, after the training's over and all, the Scrub would be a level 25. And Ash and Tyrant, this is going to be a week later after they declared they were going to go and learn from the elders. Tyrant will walk in the cave. He would see a cave that has a dragon and a rock type symbol on it. Ash will say, this is probably where the Tyrantrum lives. Ash will say, is the Tyrantrum the Pokemon that laid the egg? And then the Tyrant would look puzzled, not knowing what Ash really means. When the Tyrantrum saw the Tyrant, it would run up and hug it. The Tyrant would then feel a warm feeling, knowing that this Tyrantrum isn't mom. Ash would say, well, I'm going to leave my Tyrantrum here to train with you. You are his mom after all. And then it would and then turn, and then Ash would leave his tyrant there. The train with his mom tyrantrum. Ash would go back to the village. His dad would say, "Why do you only have one Pokeball on your belt?" He would say, "This is goodbye." And then he would say, "Where's Tyrant?" In the Elder Cave, training with his mom. Then he would say, "What? The Tyrantrum is the mom? I thought it was a different Pokemon." And then Ash would say, "No, it turns out that the elders are the one who lay the eggs all the time, all those years, every year, at those certain specific times." And he would say, "Wow, so that's good to know." And then Ash would say, "My tyrant is training now. So my tyrant is training now. So I'll come back in a month and see where its progress is." And it will get to a level 26. Not having any distractions. Ash and his brother would say, "Battle me." Well, no, they wouldn't do that. I don't think they'll just be ready to battle like that. I believe that their dad would say, "You two have an exhibition battle with your new Pokemon, not Goodbye and Fracture. Have a battle between Tyrant and Scroll." Then Ash would say, "Sure." Ash would send in Tyrant first, then he would say, "Stealth Rock." Ash's dad would say, "Ooh, great move." Howard would say, "What does that do?" He would say, "You'll see." When he sends in Scrub is automatically hit with damage. He would say, "What? He didn't even attack." His dad would say, "Well, actually, Stealth Rock is an attack that sets up so when you switch in or put in Pokemon, it attacks the Pokemon that you put in." And then Howard would say, "Dad, that's not fair." His dad would say, "That's a Pokemon move." And then Scrub would say, "Oh, okay." Then he would say, "Scrub, use Poison Tail." And then Ash would say, "Tyrant, use Dragon Tail." And then the Poison Tail and Dragon Tail would collide. The Dragon Tail will overpower the Poison Tail in strength, hitting Scrub with damage. But the Poison Tail from Scrub will poison Ash's Tyrant. Ash would then say, he would say, "Run in and use Bite." But when he went in for a bite, it would turn into a crunch. He would say, "That's not how a bite usually looks." And then his dad would say, "That's no, son. That move is a crunch." And then Ash would say, "Oh." He would say, "Run back in, use Crunch." Howard would say, "Use Poison Tail." Ash would say, "Hold on to it." Then he would say, "You don't have any physical attacks." And then Ash would say, "Oh, I do though. I activated Bite 3 moves ago when you hit me with the Poison Tail." Now he would say, "Use Bite." And it would already have Scrub in his mouth using a Bite, Bite blast to the feet to knock out Scrub. And Ash would say, "Return, Tyrant." And then his brother House said, "If it would have just been 2 more turns, you would have lost because of the poison." And then Ash say, "I know. I had to think quick on my feet." And yeah. Saya will be right here watching them battle. And then he would be watching both of them battle. And then he would say, "Oh, such amateurs. I hate amateurs." And then Ash was over here and saying something about amateurs. They would say, "You really think we're amateurs?" And then he would say, "Of course. You're nowhere near my strength." And Ash would say, "Oh, so just because we're not near your strength, you think you can just walk around and say you're better than us?" Then he says, "That's exactly what I think." Like, what? And then Ash would say, "You don't even have a second Pokemon." And Sal would say, "Are you sure? Are you sure? I don't have that." And then Ash would say, "Show me." He would throw up a Pokeball, and then a Noibat would come out. Ash would say, "What? How did you get a Noibat?" And he would say, "My Noibat's not like those fools' Noibat. It's way more powerful than their Noibat." Then Ash would say, "Ha ha, yeah, your Noibat's so strong." And then they would say, "Well, we just got finished with a battle, so we'll catch you. So we'll smell you later." And then Sal says, "That's my phrase." And then Ash would say, "I know, just wanted to get on your nerves." Hal would say, "Ka-ching." He would say, "You got served, Jet. Just you got roasted." And then Sal would huff and puff and he would walk home. He would go home. Ash would Ash would go home and he would he would God dang it, bro. He would walk in, but right before Hal, and then his mom would say, "Where's Hal?" And then Ash would say, "Oh, Hal's he's coming in right behind me." And Hal would come in right behind him. And then their mom would say, "Well, you two have become such strong trainers. I'm proud of you." And then both of them would say, "Thanks, Mom." And then she would say, "The next day you can finally leave the village." Well, you could have been leaving the village, but you two wanted to sit here and train and do all this other stuff. And then they would say, "Well, we did really want to train." And then they said, "Well, Mom, tomorrow's gonna be our farewell." And he says, "Your dad's gonna be here in the morning to sing you off." And then both of them are gonna say, well, okay." And then their dad would come home in the morning from work, and he would see the boys getting ready to set off. He would say, "You two aren't gonna leave without me, were you? Without me knowing, were you?" And they would say, "Nah, Dad, not. Of course not." And then they were gonna say, "We were actually waiting for you." And then the dad was gonna say, "I hope you two become very powerful trainers. And once you get your fourth badge, I want you to come home." Both of them say, "Sure." Sawyer will already be at the gate waiting for them. And he would say, "What's up, dweebs?" They would say, You must be the real dweeb. You're the one waiting for us. We are gonna leave whether you were here or not." And then he says, "Ugh, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna get my first badge first." They said, "Go ahead. We're not rushing. We know that we need to take our time, level up our Pokemon, and make sure we're ready for the gym battle. We don't want to rush into anything like an idiot we know." And then Sai will say, "Shut up. It's not my fault you're a bunch of dopes. And don't forget my test scores are higher." And then Ash says, "And your test scores might were higher, but both of our actual battles were not better than you because you keep taking too many precautions instead of just battling." And then Sai will say, You need to be ready for anything." And then they'll say, "And that right there is why you lose against us." And so I would say, "Shut up." And then Ash and Howard would ask, "How did you get your Noibat anyway?" He would say, "Well, when I was training with the second in command, Lance, he actually gave me the Norback because he claimed that I was falling behind you two, and then they would say, falling behind. So I would say, oh, just leave. Both of them go down to Pampered Town, which is the town where Serena and her friend May lives. When they made it to Pampered Town, Serena and May will be waiting. Well, May will be at Serena's house. Ash and Howard will be walking by, and then May would say, "Oh," she would see them going, and then she would run up behind. She would say, "Wait, wait, wait, wait." They would say, yes." She would say, are you from the Dragon Village?" Then, and then they would both say, yes." She would say, "Who are you?" He would say, "Well, I'm Ash," and then Hal would say, "Well, I'm Hal," and he would say, "What? You're the Dragon Clan leader's red sons?" Then they would say, "Yeah, of course." And then Sile would be right behind him, and then she would say, "Who are you?" He would say, "I'm Sile." She would say, "What?" He would say, "My dad is the second in command of the Dragon Village, Lance." And then she would say, okay." And then Sile would say, well, his nickname was Ash, and his brother would call him be Sile, but his name is Silem. Serena would finally come outside with her Finnegan that she's had for a pretty decent time. And May would say, "Look, Serena, all three of these boys are from the Dragon Clan." And then she would say, "What, really?" And then May would say, "Yeah, they just came from the Dragon Gates." And then Serena would see the Dragon Gates closing. And then Serena would say, "Well, how are you guys?" And then Ash would say, "Well, I'm doing great, honestly. I already have two Pokemon. One of my Pokemon's evolved already. Same with my brother. And same with Silem." Serena and May would say, "Really?" Silem would say, "Yeah." May and Serena would say, can we travel with you guys?" And then Ash would say, "Sure, we're just going to the first gym." Then she would say, "Oh, well, you can meet our other friends." They would say, "Okay." Serena would pull Ash's hand, and May would pull Hal's hand. And Caitlin would be trying to hurry up behind the girls, the energetic girls. He would say, "No, man, I just caught back up with the two." Tierno and Trevor would be out there, and they would have their Pokemon, Charmeleon and Blastoise. And then, well, it would be Blastoise. It would be Squirtle and a Squirtle and a Charmander. Ash and Ash, How, and Silent will all say all four of your Pokemon is like 1 or 2 levels from evolving. Y'all might want to go and train in the bushes real quick. By the time y'all come back, all your Pokemon should be evolved. We'll wait. We'll give you a week time if you need it. All three of them will say, okay. They will all go to the wilderness to train. When they came back from their training, Tierno's Wartortle will be the highest level of all of them, having a level 25 Wartortle. And Trevor would have the second highest level, having a level 23 Charmeleon. But Serena would come and she would say, Ash, look. And she would throw up her Pokeball. She would say, your Fennekin evolved and breaks it. Then she would also say, I caught an Eevee. And a Pancham. Ash would say, ooh, well, great for you, Serena. And then I would say, what did you do, mate? She would say, well, I have a level 20 Bulbasaur. And I caught this rare Floette Eternal Floette. And he would say, what? That's a special coloring. And it's not as shiny. And then May would say, I know, it's so rare. And then I would say, great job. Tierno and Trevor would say, well, we need to go, guys. We'll meet back up with you in Lumio City. And they're off. They were then they would then start to leave. Silent would say, how did that girl Serena catch 2 Pokemon? Ash would say her Braixen only looked like it gained 3 levels. And he would say, what? Her weak Braixen only got to level 18? And then Ash would say, if it was a 3-on-3 battle, her Eevee still is a level 17. And her Pancham is a level 18 as well. And then he would say, does it honestly matter when my Pokemon can easily defeat her team? And then Ash says, just because you have an overpowered dragon type, well, just because you have dragons doesn't mean anything. Dragons still have weaknesses too. And then he would say, okay, but it's not weak to fire, fighting, or normal. And then Ash would say, you never learn, Silent. And he would say, it's okay, Serena. Don't listen to him. And then he would say, May might have a chance with having a Floetta. And then Howard would say, back off, bro. You're doing too much. Silent would say, smell you later, dopes. And then both of them would say, we're better than you. And then Silent would say, in your dreams, weaklings. He would leave. May and Serena would be looking at Ash. Well, Serena would be looking at Ash and May would be looking at Hal. And they would hug, and Serena would hug Ash and May would hug Hal, and they would say, thank you for sticking up for us. Ash and Hal would hug them back and say, no problem. Ash and Hal would both look at each other, and then they would walk up to each other, and they would both say, do you like her? And then they would say, yes. And then they would say, we ask them out at the same time. They would say, sure. They would say, right now. They would both fall back to the girls. Hal would say May. Ash would say Serena. Both of the girls would say what? And both of the boys would then say, do you want to go out with me? Serena and May would say, yes, yes, yes. And then Ash would hold up Serena bridal style. And Hal would let May get on his back. And then they would go to the Pokemon Center. they would get a room for the night. In the morning, Ash would stretch, and he would get up and cook everyone breakfast. Serena would wake up halfway through and help him finish it off. They would wake up How and May, and everyone would eat breakfast. Ash wouldn't be there though to eat with him, because he would be out getting all the Pokemon's food. When he brought the food back, all the Pokemons would eat, and Ash would just finish his food. He would say, "Everyone, is y'all ready to go?" And I forgot to tell y'all, Ash's tyrant is larger than regular tyrants. It's like almost double their size. So yeah. Ash would then say, "It's time for me to go to the first gym." He said, "I'll race you there." How would jump on the back of Fraction, and he would say, "You thought." Ash would say, and then Ash and How would both stop. They would turn back around. They run back. They would say, "Sorry, you guys, we're used to traveling on our own. We didn't mean to, kind of like leave you." Both of them say, "Oh, it's okay." And then both of them would keep going. We'll start going again. And then the girls would say, "Why do you two always like the train?" And the boys would say, keeps us in shape. And then the girls would say, "Why you two training already? It's early in the morning." And then Ash would say, "I always got the train." And while he was training, he would say, "Use takedown." But instead of using not takedown, but he would say use bite. But instead of using the bite blast up close like he always does, his Pokemon uses Thrash. And Ash would say, "What? He only supposed to use Thrash after one level after evolving." And then his Tyrant would start to glow. Ash would then have a critical decision. Should he learn Head Smash, or should he keep Stealth Rock? And then his brother said, Head Smash does do a lot of damage and could take out most gym leaders. But Stealth Rock is a great setup move when you have a lot of Pokemon in the fight. Ash would say, "So do you think I should get to move Thrash?" And then his brother would say, "I don't know." Ash says, "I don't need Stealth Rock for now anyway." Well, Ash would say, "I'll just forget Stealth Rock. Head Smash is a way better move." His brother would say, "Yeah." And his Tyrantrum would be, a Tyrantrum now. It would have just evolved from a Tyrant. And then Serena would be like, "Ash, your Tyrant evolved." And then Ash would say, "Yeah, it finally evolved." And then she would say, "What you mean? I thought Tyrant was the second evolution." She would say, "No, it's been like that ever since it popped out the egg." And then she would say, "How is this true?" He would say, yeah, my Dragagia's baby. And then they would say, we know, it's so cute. How would say, May. I'm about to go off for a minute. I'm gonna go off for about a week to train. And then May's gonna say, okay. So Evie will be going up against Floetta. And Floetta would keep using Fairy Wind, a combination of Fairy Wind and Wish, to knock all the damage off. And Serena would then say, I believe in you, Evie. And Evie, with his level up and in friendship, it would use Draining Kiss. And then the Sylveon would evolve, and it would take out Meloetta with a combination of Quick Attacks and Drain Kisses. May and Floetta would pretty much congratulate each other. So pretty much, when Hal got back, his Scrub would be a very high level, and he would say, "Rematch me." And when he rematched him, Hal would be using the combat. It would not like it would stay away as far as possible, and it would use Water Pulse to do a lot of damage with Tyrantrum being a rock type, and then it would use Acid to slowly weaken it, winning the fight. And his Scrub would start to glow, and it would turn into a Dragalge. Ash would now say, looks like we're ready for the first gym. And they would set off. That would be the end of this video. I just not looking at it, and this video was an hour long, so yeah. And it's school night, so I got to be in bed before 12. So about to be in bed at 12, so I'll catch you guys later, and I'll start making more vids tomorrow. And I hope y'all like my series I just posted today. Quite a Sage Kage catches the villagers Shinobi next time.